listen, let's talk about it. Where do I begin? I just have to take a big sigh because it just feels good to let your brain get air.
Give me a run for my money. There was nobody, no one that would run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely.
Hey, grateful day, everybody. So it is officially our full day 2 in Orlando, Florida. We are still asleep in terms of everybody in my room. It is now 10:35, and so I laid in the bed, but I needed to get out. And actually what motivated me to get outside and take a walk, even though it's something I wanted to do, but kind of got lost in the sauce with honestly doom scrolling on social media and laying in the bed and watching Family Matters, is I saw somebody take a walk outside on social media, and I'm like, hey, that's something I wanted to do. Let me go ahead and get outside while they're asleep, so honestly as a mom I can have some peace. And so that's actually what I want to talk to you about today before we get today started, and we give you a montage of the activities that we're gonna chill-wise, engage in today. But first, I'm gonna go into the marketplace in the resort that we are staying at. I actually just need a straw for my bloom because we went to Walmart at 11:45 p.m. last night after we ate dinner. And so let me go into this marketplace. I'll show y'all a little bit around the resort and then let's chat.
Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. Run for my money. There was nobody, no one that would run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. Just lovely. I wanna be with you. 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 Me just love. I'm on the way. We ain't got no time to waste. Hop in your come on the way. Am I in the way? I don't want pressure you none. I want your blessing today. Oh, by the way, open the door by the way. Show you that I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I know connection is vague.
Okay, so this is a primary reason as to why you shop before you get here, but I get it, convenience. This is $11, and it's usually $5 at Walmart or on Amazon.
Yeah. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I found me a cool little rocking chair right outside the marketplace, and it's shaded and my feet are dangling like a little kid. I do have my balloon here because, listen, let's talk about it. Where do I begin? I just have to take a big sigh because it just feels good to let your brain get air. Okay, so thought I was gonna sit in a rocking chair at the marketplace right behind me, and then I realized that it was music in the back, and so this is actually better lighting anyway, better breeze. But when you do YouTube and put things on social media, you have to, as a business owner that puts things online for my business. Look, I can't even talk. There's music playing in the background, so it becomes a copyright issue, and I would hate for me to have a little quick chit chat with y'all and then I can't post nothing. So like I was about to say, sitting over there in the rocking chair, that was comfortable. I have started off my morning with a bloom, and so I want to talk about like how my brain is full. My heart is full because I'm here with my family, but my brain is full. So what I mean by that is it has been a very busy 36 hours. And so I want to talk to the women that have kids, that caregive over other people's kids. Hell, you probably even do therapy with kids because I know that's stress, right? And so I am here with my husband and 2 boys, 7 and 14 years of age. Now, I feel tired, and I want to keep it a buck with y'all because sometimes on social media things just look, oh, happy-go-lucky, and you may see in my stories I'm smiling, but I kid you not. On one of those stories, I don't know if I saved it to my phone. If I did, I'll pop it up right here. If I didn't, I was in my mode. I think I posted, like, I was about to post like the first video because they know how I am with capturing the moment, right? And I had to stop recording because they started bickering. So this is where it started. My eldest son knew that we were coming for months, right? My husband knew. I don't even drink, but I'm about to sip this like this some drink. My husband knew that we were coming for months. Now, as a woman, I know that we are, for the most part, nurturers. We step into, for most women, not all, the planning role. We step into the I can handle it even though we know we can't role. And because I do love Orlando, Florida, specifically Disney, but also just like the weather, the fact that we can escape. And this is not the same as going to Disneyland, because I go right back home after going to Disneyland. It just feels nice and serene. I mean, I've been coming to this resort since I was 14 years old, okay? I've been coming to Walt Disney World since I think I was like 11 or 12. We're not gonna talk about that right now because your girl lost her cousin the first time and cell phones were not popping. And could you imagine getting lost on a monorail with thousands of people coming out the park after the fireworks and you can't find your little cousin? Oh my God, you're about to be in trouble. And you need to borrow a quarter or call collect because there's no cell phones. Anyways, I've been coming here clearly for decades. And it's peaceful for me. And that's one of the reasons why I choose to come out here. Now, my mom got this timeshare and she literally only came the one time she bought it, which was when she first saw all this stuff when I had a cheerleading competition at 14. And then me and my uncle kind of like flip-flopped and used it for like years. I think I started really using it on my own at 19 years old. And then I was coming like probably every couple of years. I was in college, whatever. We here now. But nevertheless, I really love bringing my family here. My eldest son got exposed when I was engaged to his dad at 5, I think, was his very first time and his dad's time coming to Walt Disney World, but they came with my whole family. And so I say all that to say that, you know, this is a special place in my heart. I know that I get calm, but I have to know, and this is where I'm going to redirect this conversation to you and just, we going to chit chat, is like we on FaceTime, right? Like if the camera was this way, is ladies, we have to know with so much naturally on our plate and that we tend to put on our plate, we have to be very mindful of what helps calm us down. For me in this season, I am 45 years young. I have to, when I am at a peak of how I was going in that story and kind of low-key sounding inattentive because I'm jumping everywhere because that's how my brain feels right now. I'm not even gonna edit this out because you're going to see like like what real life is beyond business, which is what could impact your business. Is you got to figure out how to remove yourself from the overstimulation because your nervous system is going to have a freaking breakdown. So I started to give the context of why my husband and my son knew ahead of time is that they waited until the last 48 hours to kind of really figure out what they were going to wear. And I know when my husband sees this, he's gonna be like, why you tell? Listen, I'm talking to my ladies that a tad, right? And what tends to happen is we don't realize that all of these individual pockets of things that add to our plate, whether it's decisions that lead to decision fatigue or helping, you know, we got to help make decisions, or we got to try to fix something at the last minute and plan things, it becomes very overwhelming. And so by the time we got to the airport, your girl was already like tapped the fuck out, okay? And so tapped out in terms of I felt overstimulated. And I know my husband hears this term a lot from me, like I'm overstimulated. My kids now can see when I'm overstimulated. My definition of when I'm overstimulated is that I cannot make a decision. I cannot stay focused. I sometimes can't even sit still. And sometimes if I look at it from like a business perspective, I don't feel like marketing my business. I don't feel like, I'm not even going to say seeing any clients because that's interesting. Like, sorry, I'm about parking lot. When I see clients, it's like, I'm kind of like at Disneyland, right? So I hope that this is making sense. You got to know what calms you down. So it's really interesting when I do things away from the thing that is overstimulating and it's pleasurable for me, which clearly if it's business work, I choose things that are pleasurable for me. I don't get stimulated. And so that's why I'm out on this walk is I could have just went and sat on the balcony. Like when I'm at home, I could just go sit on the balcony. I could just go downstairs in the living room and meditate. But I find that my brain cannot focus when I'm in the environment that is overstimulating. Does this mean I don't like my home? Absolutely. I want to move. Let's be clear. I want a new home. Okay. But does that mean that I like the functionality of my home? I love my home. I love the functionality of my home. However, when you have little testosterones running around and they are at the age that is very age appropriate of bickering, wrestling. Oh, mommy, he touched me. He started it at 14, right? At 14, I can't stop. At 7, I can't stop. And I'm like, well, goddamn, can both of y'all stop? But I don't want to use no profane language like how I grew up around, because that'd do nothing for my little self-esteem, right? But at the same time, shit, it kept me in check. And so I'm trying to like watch my tone. I'm trying to watch what did not, to me as an adult, work for me as a child when it came down to adults communicating with me. But I'm not gonna lie, like as soon as we hit the airport, I was like at my max capacity. So with that little video clip, I had to record it twice. Look at this. As soon as they must don't want me to talk to y'all because we got helicopters. Let me drink some blue. Okay. So anyways, got to the airport, bickering. And like I said, it's age appropriate, but it becomes irritating when they're not listening. And so it's like two parts of my brain are on. I have the part of my brain that's on as just a mom, and I'm just like, this shit is normal. It's normal. Keisha, buck up, you know? Then it's that part of me that's like a psychologist, and I'm like, I need to calm down. I need to ground myself. And if my husband has not said anything, because sometimes, you know, they in their own world doing other stuff, and sometimes the kids are up under me and vice versa, I have to say, yo, I need some help. So that's also what I'm saying. When your nervous system is overwhelmed, you need to ask for help. Now, I know that some women don't have the partner help. So it becomes increasingly more difficult when you're on your own, depending on the temperament of your child. And I know that when it comes down to my youngest, he does have a difficult time like listening, right? However, he does know the mom face. He does know the I better stop before I fucking get in trouble face. I don't have to use profanity to do one of those and do this. Like now I've recognized what faces he recognizes from me to know you done fucking gone too far. Now you see how I'm talking right now, it's because they not right here, right? Because he also knows that if he hears a F-bomb, Mom, you're cursing, because I've had to talk to him about that. So moving forward, we took the, I'm about to say lower 10-hour flight, because that's the fuck what it felt like, but we took a long flight, and it was about 4.5 hours, but we were asleep. And then what happened? I had to pause. I don't like getting little kids and they bathing suits and stuff in my camera. So we took a 4.5 hour flight. It was overnight. Just some parental tips per se. They, except for, actually, you know what I like? My youngest son and my eldest has never done an overnight flight. We chose to do an overnight flight because financially it just was the most conducive to use our credit and our points. For Delta round trip ticket, we tried to look at Southwest. We tried to look at a 6 o'clock flight, but also we wanted to maximize our time to come out right after they got out of school, make the whole surprise thing for the youngest. And then at least we'll still have a full day, even though I know we were going to crash. But to me, it's the same as coming out at 6 a.m. in the morning on Saturday if we would have waited, and then we don't get here to 3 o'clock, and then hell, we still tired. And so we still woke up at 4 o'clock, it don't matter, and hung out for the day. The plane ride was smooth, but what ended up happening right before we end up getting on the plane is I had to pause. And I know them people was like, oh shit, the mamas is coming out already before they even go through TSA pre-check. I had to turn around and I had to stop both of them and say, listen, we not doing this. And I wasn't cursing. I lowered my voice, and that's actually when my youngest knows, oh shit, because it's not like I yell, but my voice is naturally not quiet, you know what I'm saying? So especially when I do the whole bend down situation like this, he like, oh shit, and he'll look down, looking outside, and I'm like, no, look, at me, right? So and I looked at me and his dad, and then I pointed to him and his older brother. I said, we're not doing this. Okay? Let me take off my glasses so y'all can see. Okay? We're not doing this. We're not going to have y'all bicker and fight this whole trip. We are not going to have y'all hitting each other and being extra loud and annoying each other on this whole trip. It is fine that y'all horseplay, but at the right time, at the right place. Do you understand? And at that point, I'm talking to the little one. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, he'll trigger the older one. And it's like, it's a catch-22, because on one end, I want them to be close, brotherly love, right? I want the eldest to embrace him, because we have a blended family, so we're not together 100% of the time. But they're at those ages where the bickering turns into tattling from the little one. Then the oldest one can't stop himself from hitting the little one back, and then it just becomes this whole back and forth. And then we look at the older one like, okay, you need to have enough self-control to like walk away. But then we look at the youngest one like, leave him the fuck alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so they were fine when we got through TSA pre-check. They were fine when we grabbed food. Let me put back on my incognito glasses for this shit. Like, so we got food. I should have listened to my damn gut and just drove out of my way and left the house a little earlier to go get Kava, Chipotle. I don't care if we had to make 4 goddamn stops. We should have stopped. Do you know, but it was a good learning lesson for my eldest, is before we got on that airplane, we spent $100. Your girl was pissed. Okay. I ordered, I'll post a little picture right here. I ordered, trying to be healthy, a rice bowl, shrimp bowl that was $25 damn. And the rice tasted like that rice that come out the bag and you leave it out all night and then it just get hard as shit, right? And then they had a dabble of like sauce. I said, take this shit back. Run me fish and chips, because you can't go wrong with fish batter and chips, fries, right? My youngest son got chicken strips. Now his chicken strips was from across the way, a different restaurant. His chicken was popping, but not for no $20, right? My husband didn't want Jersey Mike's because all they have is the halves, and damn, you paying an arm and a leg for that. So he got a burger. He said the burger was pretty good, but $20. Felt like I was back in Vegas. Inflation is not a joke, but inflation plus the airport fees, not a game. Then my eldest son, he got like fish tacos, and then he was like, oh, can I get some fries? I looked at him and I was like, you can eat some of your brother's fries. And one of the things that as a mom, I'm also choosing to do from an abundance mindset, just again, sneaking in a little tip, because I noticed that my youngest son starts to say things like, so we don't have enough money. And I have to be clear. It's not that we don't have enough money. It's that I'm choosing not to spend money on things that does not make sense. Or sometimes it's just an absolute no. Right? Because I also know we about to get on a flight. I also don't want no issues around, I need to use the bathroom. Number 2, we not using number 2 on this damn flight. Absolutely not. Right? Like, if you got to, you got to. But, I mean, I'm 5 pounds away, like, from being too damn big for that airplane on Delta, that little bitty bathroom. Right? Like, because I'm like, if I gain another hip inch, it's over for me. But nevertheless, once we got on the plane and my oldest son was like, oh my God, for Sour Patch Kids or something like that, $10, what did he say, $8? I said, welcome to adulthood. I told you about this when we were at home, and I had told y'all how our Vegas trip went. I had told you why it doesn't make sense as to why you want to go to Marathon Burger by your school and pay $15 for a burger. Let me ask you, does $15 make sense for a burger? Like, logistically. Not the spot, just logistically. He was like, no, absolutely, you're correct. So when we say no, or when we say you're doing too much, don't think for the oldest and the little one that we're trying to cause you to be non-abundant. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. On top of that, you about to go to sleep, we're going to wake up, and then you're going to be hungry again. And so let's just eat something that is satisfying to your stomach. So I'm telling y'all all this backstory because this is why the hell I'm tired, right? And so this energy also reminds me of how I felt within the first 48 within the first 48 of when we came to Disney World, and we stayed here. Then we surprised the kids with like staying at the Polynesian through our Disney Vacation Club. Then we went to a value resort just because we didn't want to we didn't have a car, so we wanted to catch the bus to the New Year's Eve and didn't want to have to fight Uber on that busy night or whatever. So it was a busy situation, but we enjoyed it. But what I was getting at is the energy even back then, I was tired because of I definitely recognize that the age group that they're in is like the age group where the shit starts. Like, oh my God, they're not getting along. Then they fight, then they fight, then they love, then they love, then they fight. And so all of that in total, they felt the eldest one fell asleep as soon as we got on the plane. So the bickering was not happening, which was dope. The youngest one, I end up as a hack bringing his cords. You see how it turned red?
Yeah.
It's recording you, okay?
Okay.
You gotta make sure to have it out, so like not too close. Okay? So
Yeah, I'm practicing. Yeah, I'm practicing.
okay, go ahead. Record.
Okay, I'm just know that this it doesn't break. So let's try to see if I can go underwater. Okay, are y'all ready? Like and subscribe if you want to see me go underwater. If you don't, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, I did it! Okay, guys.
Okay. Got a Shirley Temple with blue for the kids. And now we will show you the adult drink. What is that? What is it? Just hold it. What is it? Pina colada and rum for Dad. Push the button. Push the button. You got something on the back of your clothes. I want to learn how to swim, but still want to take a practice. You want to see your drink? I ordered those. The Shirley Temple blue. Huh? Want to try the drink? All right. So do y'all want to see this $53 meal? $53. We got 2 sets of wings with ranch, pina colada, alcoholic beverage, and a blue Shirley Temple. $53. $53. He rethinking adulthood, y'all.